So I hope you all had a really fantastic Christmas, and I am here today to tell you about my favourite, most widely used and my highest recommend, does that make sense? My most highly recommended products of 2016. I did originally think of doing, like, you know, my favourite foundation, my favourite concealer, my favourite blush, and have categories, but then I couldn't decide on like one of anything. So I just figured, well, instead of just like limiting myself, I'm just going to tell you about what my favourites were, and these are the products that I would most highly recommend. Yeah, does that make sense? I hope so. What's that in the back of my bed? It's Fireman Sam. Huh? Oh no, it's not, it's Penny. Penny, how'd you get on my bed? It was Andreas, wasn't it? Penny cannot take my limelight. So I'm just going to get straight into this video, and I'm going to begin with lipsticks. So in a way I am like doing categories. Who knows what I'm doing? I never know what I'm doing. And I'm going to try and go through each product as quickly as I possibly can. I know I say this every single time, and then, you know, 20 minutes later I'm still going on still. First one is by MAC and Blankety. I recently did a video on this. I'll try and link all the videos below if I remember. No, I will. I'll really try. This is Blankety. It's a perfect kind of beigey nude shade. It does tend to, like, I think, pull differently on different people. Looking for just like an all-time classic wearable everyday nude that's going to complement any other look that you've got going on. I think Blankety is a really great option. Then is MAC. This is a satin, is it? Yes, satin finish, and it's faux. This is, I'd say, my favourite lipstick of all time. It's definitely my most worn lipstick. It's always in my work handbag, and it's just the one that I tend to just go to all the time because it's a really lovely, again, it's an everyday kind of nude. It is a couple of shades darker than Blankety, and it's a lot more of like a richer, warmer shade, although it's still kind of browny pinky. I must just like the browny pinky shades. Next product is what I've been contouring. Contouring, is that? Did I pronounce that right? I don't know. I've been contouring. It's contouring. It's the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette Contour. Never understood the name. Contouring Palette Contour. Really love this. They did bring this out in two different shades. I have the Dulce de Leche shade, which I think is the light. Well, it's the lighter of the two. The shade of the contour just seems to really work on my skin tone. It's not too warm or too orangey, but then at the same time it is not too kind of unnatural and grey looking. It's just perfect. Also, the formula is really smooth to apply. It blends out with no fuss, and it's super affordable. You can buy this on Amazon. I think it's about £5, but worth every penny. I use it pretty much every day. You can see, I mean, I've not really hit pan. I've just kind of, there's just kind of like a little hole there. I don't know how that got there. I don't really use this shade much, although on occasion I will. I mean, it's just not, yeah, I just don't really use it. Just a whole pan of the contour shade. That would be superb. If you're a beginner to contouring, I think that the powder is really easy to work with. It doesn't like not want to blend. It's kind of like open to blending, like give me a bit of blending. I'm open to this. You know that I love all of my brushes that I purchased from AliExpress. I cannot rave about my brushes enough. Even after having used them now for, what, 3 months or so, I have no complaints whatsoever. I think favourite brush for contouring, because I think the tool that you use is just as important as what you're actually using. I use this brush here. It says Gushui, G-U-J-H-U-I, Gushui. And this is just perfect. It makes contouring super easy. Just so easy. So yeah, this brush has made contouring a possibility for me. So before it was like, I can't do that. And now it's like, okay, I'm okay with contouring. Oh, I forgot another lip product. This is the Sexy Balm by L'Oreal, and this is in the shade Gossip. This is just a really brilliant lip balm product, but it also gives your lips a bit of shine and also a touch of a lovely peachy shade. I keep this on my desk at work, that's where it lives, and I apply it about a million times a day. It's perfect. This is probably the third one that I've purchased, and I really love it. Really recommend to anybody out there who is a fan of lip balms with a touch of colour. Oops, I'm dropping things. So the next items. I feel like I'm on a, like that show where you had a conveyor belt and then people have to guess the Price is Right. Is that the one? I feel like I'm on the Price is Right. Here we have the next item coming in. Send the item in, Bruce. Anyway, that was like an 80s joke, I think, or maybe 90s joke. I don't know. So I have 3 mascaras that I really feel have stood out this year, and if you're subscribed to my channel, you'll know that I have done lots of mascara first impressions, so it was quite difficult to actually, you know, find my top 3. Not that I was looking for top 3, but anyway, these were the 3 that I just felt were the best. The first one, and it's probably my overall favourite, is the L'Oreal Miss Hippie mascara. And this one has a really thick wand, just amazing for adding tons of volume to your lashes. It doesn't really do that much for length, but if you like volume, this is a great one to go for. These are all drugstore ones, by the way, as well. The second one, again, is L'Oreal. This is the False Lash Sculpt Mascara. Quite a unique wand. Enables you to really get right to the root of the lash. Kind of create a really nice sculpted look to your lashes. Instead of just kind of going in there and like either building up the volume or building up the length, you can kind of manipulate your lashes quite well. So you can really get a really nice kind of shape to them. Okay, and the last mascara, and I'm sure you're not surprised this one is featuring here, Spider Effect Lashes by Maybelline. Watch my first impression on this. You will know that I love this. I've got it on today as well. This is the mascara to go to if you want to have super unnaturally long lashes. Look at this. It doesn't really give you that much in the way of volume, but if you're looking for length, go for this one. I used to really love the L'Oreal Telescopic for lengthening my lashes, but nothing beats the Spider Lashes by Maybelline. It can get a little bit messy. I think you have to be quite careful because the whole idea of this mascara is to give you, like, you know, the spider leg look, where your lashes are a little bit clumpy, and you can very easily go down Clump Street and, you know, get stuck at the end and not be able to do a 3-point turn and come back. So the next product, and I've lost the lid. Where's the lid? Why do I not have a lid for this? I think the boys, for some reason, the boys, whenever they're around my makeup, the one and only product that they always want to get their hands on is this, or I'll show you one with a lid. Like, here's one version with a lid. I don't know why, it must just look like a toy or something. So this is the Blushing Hearts Triple Baked Blusher by IHEART Makeup, which is a sister company of Makeup Revolution. I cannot tell you how much I love this. To me, it's more of like a blush slash highlighter. I've got it on today so you can see. It just gives you a really gorgeous glow. It is on the pink tone side of things, so if you're a fan of pink highlights or pink blushes, I really think you would love this. They cost $4.99. I do have a couple of other ones, but this one, I didn't mention the name, did I? That would help. This is in the shade Iced Hearts. Just feel like the quality of this is so highbrow quality. I just love it, and I wear it pretty much every single day. Okay, so I couldn't do a favourites video without mentioning my #1 makeup product of all time. This is the Maybelline Colour Tattoo Creamy Matte Gel Cream Eyeshadow. Still don't know the name. This is in the shade Creme de Rose, and essentially I used this for an eye base, so I'll go in with this all over the lid up to the eyebrow, and then I'll powder over the top, and it just acts as a really good foundation to whatever I'm going to put on top of that, like eyeshadow wise. I find that it just neutralizes that whole area, because I do have quite a few like visible veins and things, so I like to just start with a blank canvas, and this product just works magnificently. It doesn't ever feel sticky or heavy. It's my all-time #1 favorite makeup product. I wear it on no makeup days if I just want to, you know, kind of neutralize that whole area, and I just wear it every single day. I have one which is very similar to MAC's Soft Ochre, so it's more of like the creamy ivory kind of shade. Formula didn't feel the same. Like, this one's silky smooth, whereas the other one was kind of like heavy and sticky and chalky. I'm thinking, are these actually made by the same brand? I don't know, but I hated that one, but I love Creme de Rose. If there's one thing out of all of these products that I'm mentioning that I feel you should try, it's definitely the Creme de Rose. So I have another blush, and this one is by Max Factor. I've had this one for a couple of years now. I've lost the lid. My track record for keeping hold of lids is very bad at this point. This is the Cream Puff Blush in Nude Mauve. I have got this just on the apples of my cheek. Notice as well, I've got Friedan on the bed. That's Friedan. That's Andres' little dog. For some reason, everything ends up on my bed. Just a really nice formula. It's quite silky. It's got a really subtle sheen to it, so it just adds a really nice kind of, oh, that's very nice. Nice look to your cheeks today, Anwen. I don't know if you can see it, but it's almost like a beigey tone. It's very natural, and you can't really see it on my hand, can you? Let's be honest. But it goes with any eye look, and I love it. It's fabulous. So that's always in my makeup bag, which is probably why I lost the lid. I don't know where that's gone. Favorite brow product is the Anastasia of Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. It's probably something that you're quite familiar with hearing people raving about, but I feel like it deserves all the raving that it gets, because it is a really brilliant product. You've got a little spoolie at one end, which is really useful to have right there. It's like a triangle shaped end tip thing, and this is essentially like just a brow pencil, but it's not a pencil. It's like a creamy texture, so it's really easy to use. It's not too creamy that it just comes off as looking completely fake and unnatural, but it's creamy enough to be able to use and create lots of little fake eyebrows with. Hair, no, that'd be weird, wouldn't it, if you just had a face full of eyebrows? I don't think that would be the most natural of all the looks, but I just find this is really easy to use, and it always makes my brows look good. So love that one. Got it on today. Was in a bit of a rush creating the brows for today, so there they are. There they are. Just 2 on the face. Just 2. Don't want any more than 2. Okay, to my favourite 2 foundations that I've just been kind of loving, apart from when I'm trying out new ones. These are the ones that I just know, they're my old trusties. I've got the Covergirl Ready Set Gorgeous. Highly recommend that you give this one a go, particularly if you've got oily skin. So reliable. It's a medium coverage, satin, quite natural finished foundation. I have the shade Classic Ivory. You can buy this on Amazon, because I know Covergirl isn't readily available in the UK. I think on Amazon at the moment it's about £11, which actually, if you think a L'Oreal foundation now is like £10.99, so I would definitely recommend this. If you're going to try any foundation, give this one a go. It feels light as a feather. It wears really well throughout the day. It's just perfect, and I absolutely love it. The next foundation is by number 7. I almost said Clinique then. That would have been a faux pas. It's number 7 Beautifully Matte Foundation. I just think that this is perfect when I want a bit more coverage and a bit more of a matte finish. It's just beautiful. It feels really light on the skin. It again wears really nicely throughout the day. It doesn't let you get oily. It doesn't. It says, no, I will not allow you to get oily, and when not on my watch. To be quite quick when applying it, because otherwise it can go a bit patchy, I've noticed. Also, I do feel like it applies a lot better with a brush, which is what they advised me to do when I bought it. But me being me, thought I knew better. Like, no, I'm going to use my beauty blender. But then I found my brushes on AliExpress, and I was like, I'm all into brushes now. And actually the brush, I think, does work better with this formula. This is the Modern Renaissance by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I've recently done a review of this, so I'm not going to go on too much. The colours in this palette aren't actually my favourite. Like, I'm definitely more of a cool tone kind of girl. However, the reason why this is in my favourites is due to the formula. The formula is exceptional. Creamy, super blendable. You have to go in with a really light hand because they are so pigmented. Like, you can end up with a smoky eye in seconds. If you're a fan of warm shadows, I think that this would definitely be one that you would not regret buying. So it is by Makeup Revolution. This is the Light and Shade palette. I feel like this is a really kind of staple palette to have in your collection. On its own, it gets a bit boring because there's only so many there's only so much you can do with it. You get a really good companion palette to use alongside something else that maybe has a bit more colour, has some shimmer. It's got all the kind of transition shades you would want. Brilliant formula for the price. I think it's $8.99. So it's definitely one that I feel if you were to buy, you would definitely get a lot of use out of. If not on its own, like using alongside other palettes. Okay, and I can't not mention my Ultimate Basics palette by Urban Decay. I actually much prefer the colour of the eyeshadows in this palette compared to the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. The formula isn't quite as kind of rich and creamy, I wouldn't say. Definitely not to in any way say that the eyeshadows aren't good quality, because they are absolutely amazing, and I don't think that anyone would have any complaints. Palette that I would recommend if you're into kind of grungy looks. Put this without making it sound like I'm criticizing it, but all of these kind of muddy, like neutral colours, I just think work really well to create like a grungy look. I've got it on my eyes today. Yeah, I definitely prefer the eyeshadows in this palette to the ABH one. I prefer the formula of that one, but I prefer the colours in this one. If you're a grungy eye kind of girl, you're going to like this one. Okay, and the next two products are primers. I've got the Witch Doctor Daily Primer and Clearing Serum. This is just brilliant to put underneath your makeup, or even just on no makeup day to put over your moisturiser. It just feels really nice on the skin, really light, not oily or greasy. And I feel like if you do struggle a bit with acne, this would have that added benefit of getting rid of the acne. The next one is by Collection. This is a steal at $3.99. This is the Primed and Ready Mattifying Pore Minimizer. This does everything that it claims to do. It hides your pores, it makes your skin so smooth and primed for foundation. Out of everything here, this is like the product that I feel like I've stolen. Like, I feel like I've stolen this because it's so good, but it's so affordable. It's just beautiful, and I highly recommend you give it a go. If you're not too bothered about pores, they do have a couple of other versions out. I think they've got an illuminating one, and then they've got another one. Okay, so moving into skincare now, and I am a huge fan of the No. 7 Protect and Perfect Intense Advanced Serum. I try and use this every morning and every evening, and I definitely do feel like it does make a difference, because I am now looking for products that are geared towards kind of anti-aging, reducing fine lines and all that kind of thing. This is actually the only serum on the market that I believe has actually been tested and proved to work, which is why I got it. It is expensive. This is $24.99, I think. It's probably the third one that I've bought. I feel like when I don't have it, because like in the past when I've ran out, I've thought, well, I don't need it, let's just see how I go and I'll get something else. But I really feel like I've missed it, which is why I keep buying it, I think. But I definitely recommend it if you're looking for something that will just make your skin feel good, but at the same time, hopefully try and diminish fine lines. I feel like this one does make a difference, so I probably will carry on using it. And I like the fact that it has been proven to make a difference, so I feel like you can't argue with science. I kind of switched from moisturizer to oil now, because I kind of feel like with a moisturiser, when you come out of the shower or bath, you don't want to be like standing in the cold for any longer than you need to. And sometimes with traditional like moisturisers, it can take a bit of work and a bit of time to like rub them into your skin. Complete first world problem, I know. I feel like with an oil, it just seems to immediately be absorbed. You get some oils that wouldn't be absorbed, and then they would be horrible and sticky, and that wouldn't work. But this one by Palmer's, it's the coconut oil formula, coconut oil. I find that this one is really fast drying. It just seems to dry instantly, and my skin is as smooth as a baby's bottom, which that's very smooth. Aren't babies' bottoms just the cutest thing? You know, when you just see a little bottom there, it's just so cute. Anyway, this is a great oil to go for. I've not tried that many. I have only switched in the past kind of 6 months, so but I've just really been enjoying this one. By the way, I don't really like the smell of coconuts, but I, for some reason, don't seem to mind this. The smell of coconuts isn't overpowering, but if you don't really like the smell of coconuts, then you may not like it, but it doesn't really bother me that much. So the next product is probably my favourite skincare product of 2016, and this is by Rituals. It's the, believe me, I don't think I can even try and pronounce this, Hammam Body Mud. Hammam Body Mud, that's not too bad. It's purifying Rasool clay and refreshing eucalyptus. Okay, so if you're into products that make your skin tingle and feel like so cool and refreshed, this is exceptional. I actually got a sample of this in a Birchbox, and I loved it so much that I immediately went on Amazon and purchased this. I think it was about $8.99, and I was thinking it was going to be so expensive, but it wasn't. So this is essentially meant to be like a body scrub, like an exfoliator. It's like an exfoliator for your body, and it's like a mud. It looks like a mud. I'd get it out now, but it's going to be super messy. Whatever. Let's just get it out now. Okay, so can you see on my hand, it looks like a typical kind of mud face mask. I use this on my face a couple of times a week. I'll just rub it in, so I do my exfoliation, leave it on for 5 minutes or so, and then I wash it off with cold water. Girl, shut that back door. Shut the back door right now, and shut the front door whilst you're at it, and the patio doors if you have them. This makes your face feel like you've just undergone some kind of thermal, expensive spa treatment. It's beautiful. Honestly, go on Amazon, have a look at Rituals Hammam Body Mud and the eucalyptus one. I loved it so much that I even thought, right, I'm going to try another of the Rituals products. So I got the IHEART scrub, and this is the Indian Rose and Multani Clay. Again, it's a body scrub, but I use it on my face. And this is lovely. It's really nice. It just doesn't have that same kind of cooling sensation that the eucalyptus one does. So I would really recommend both of these. I feel like they just do good things for my skin. I get a great exfoliation, and my skin just feels so fresh and like, oh, so it's just so awake. It just feels glorious. Okay, so I think that's it. Believe it or not, I could have mentioned all my brushes from AliExpress because I love them all, but it would have been like a really long video if I'd mentioned them all. I really tried to keep this short, and I know it's probably the longest video I've ever done. Thank you all so much for all the words of encouragement, support, all the positive comments that I get on my videos. I really can't tell you how much I appreciate each and every one of you that take time out of your day to not only watch my videos, but to comment as well. It just means so much to me, so thank you, and I will see you soon for more videos.